What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to analyze the tape of left tackle Troy Fautanu, who is a very, very good football player coming out of Washington. He is arguably the best offensive lineman in this class. Now, he did play left tackle at Washington, and a lot of scouts and general managers actually don't think he'll play that position in the NFL. Most people believe he'll actually transition to one of the guard positions. And I do actually think that's what's going to end up happening with Fautanu. Now, he is technically shorter than Rashawn Slater when Slater came out. Technically, this guy is 6'3" and 3/4, but do know he does have a longer reach than Rashawn Slater when Slater came out. But also keep in mind, Slater's tape, very similarly to Fautanu's, was really, really, really good. So today we're going to analyze this guy's tape. Very excited for it. Let's just jump right into it. So one of the things you'll notice with Fautanu is there's a lot of plays like this on his tape. So if this guy ends up losing a snap, he ends up losing a rep, he recovers really, really, really nicely. This is a great example of it. You're going to see number 55 is going to end up jumping to the outside as Fautanu ends up coming down, and you'll see that he's going to end up getting into a bad position. It just happened to work out that 55, at the same time Fautanu is stepping down, slants to the outside. And you'll see that 55 has outside leverage on Fautanu, and you see the quarterback is also rolling to that same side. And you'll see the left tackle here just slingshot 55. He's going to pull him. It's not a hold. It's a pull, quick action. And he ends up recovering and winning the rep. And see the quarterback's able to stay clean, gets the ball out. And this is one of the things to note with Fautanu is the guy has phenomenal technique. Everything about it is very, very, very good. And it's part of why I think he may be the best overall offensive lineman in this class. But again, I do think he'll probably transition to a guard. Although I think there's a chance that a team may draft him to try him at tackle. If he doesn't work at tackle, then ultimately they end up moving him to guard. But later on in this video, we'll also get into some of the reps where Fautanu does struggle with reach, right? Guys that are longer, guys that are a little bit stronger. You'll see some of those things kind of pop on tape. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and just get right into it. And let's talk a little bit about some of what Fautanu can do really, really well. On this one here, he's going to reach the linebacker. Phenomenal job just getting out in front of it and sealing it off, really just shutting it down. This is technically a power run to the left. It's a pin pull concept with the guys up front. But on a pin pull, the backside all has reach blocks, right? Similarly, the way you would on a zone run. So you'll see Fautanu here do a really nice job just getting right out of his stance. He fires off low. Great first step. No waste in his movement as he climbs to that second level. And I just love it. Everything about this is beautiful. The right hand is going to hook the backside here the way it does. And he's going to just flip the hips, get the feet work right out in front, and then ultimately he ends up winning the snap. Just a great job being able to reach and get out in front. Again, one of the things you'll see with Fautanu as we go over the film breakdown here is a phenomenal reach blocker. That last one was a pretty nice job reaching. You got another one here. This one's going to be a little bit harder because he does have a guy playing the 2-eye technique right over the left guard. So left guard's going to make contact and he has to pass him off to Fautanu. And Fautanu has to be able to overtake this. And he's going to do a phenomenal job with the reach block. I mean, to me, it does not get better than this. If this is blocked just a little bit better, this one's a touchdown. But you see it, man. You see him do a beautiful, beautiful job here. He also releases the left guard. Left guard's able to climb up and kind of get up to the next level. I mean, this should have definitely been a touchdown. There's just a gap here. There's a gap here, but you'll see that the center's going to miss the defensive end. And the one guy that can make the play makes the play. It might actually be a safety or corner. But again, great job reaching by Fautanu. Once again, is able to get out in front of it. This is exactly what you want to see. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. You got another really nice backside reach by Fautanu. Just a beautiful job being able to get out in front of the linebacker. To me, one of the things I really like with Fautanu is his ability to reach. But more so than that, it's just that quick, explosive movement right out of his stance. He understands the angle he needs to take. And he's not going to run directly at number 13 here, which some guys would make that mistake. Instead, he's going to just kind of reach and get out in front of this guy. Get to the spot, understanding that as soon as number 13 here actually makes the read on the play, the linebacker is going to flow to that same side. So again, just a beautiful job to be able to get out in front of it. He shuts it down. Just a really, really nice rep. Let's go ahead and get into the next snap. I want to go ahead and switch focus, and I want to show you guys some of what this guy does in terms of his technique. One of the things you're going to see a ton of is him snatching down defensive linemen. It's removing that leverage. It's really just winning snaps using those advanced techniques, specifically in pass pro. The guy's very smart, very good processor, and he also has great technique. And here's a great example of that. Great throw here by the quarterback. But you're going to see here, as Fautanu gets out into a stance and he recognizes the linebacker and the defense tackle are running this game, he's going to get his right hand out there, the drag hand. He's going to end up picking up the defensive tackle. Left guard does a good job releasing, picking up the defensive end. Great job of both of these guys to process and switch. And then you're going to see the left tackle here just straight up snatch the defense lineman down. You see him break the contact. Now it's a little hard because the running back kind of gets in the way. But you can see the sudden movement. The left hand right there breaks the contact, and then you see the defensive tackle ends up in the ground. Just a phenomenal job here by Troy Fautanu. Beautiful rep. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. You got another really nice rep here. Once again, he's going to snatch, and that's going to allow him to win this snap. Just a beautiful job by Fautanu. So he's going to lock in with the defensive tackle, and he's going to snatch him downwards. The defensive lineman here does not necessarily fall into the ground, but you can see the leverage that this defense lineman has is ultimately going to end up getting removed. So one of the things I love with Fautanu is the guy is very, very good. So you'll see him give the left guard the little tap right there with the right hand, letting him know that I'm right here. I'm going to overtake your guy. That releases the left guard. And you also see with Fautanu's hands, very, very active. He's going to initially try to snatch. Doesn't really work because the defensive lineman is not locked in. But as the defense lineman does end up locking in late here with the left hand, watch Fautanu break the contact right there. So him breaking that contact gets the defensive lineman off balance, and this one's a winning rep because of that right there. Really nice technique by Fautanu. Let's get into the next snap. You got another really nice rep here. Fautanu's going to end up going up against the defensive end, and he's going to show him the ghost move. He's going to utilize a fake punch. It's going to get number 8 off balance, and then Fautanu's going to just mirror this defensive end and shut it down. So you see it as Fautanu gets out of his stance here. He's going to throw that left hand out there. That left hand is referred to as a ghost move. That's going to make the defensive end try to counter that, right? Or at least in his brain, I know it happens quickly. It's going to make him think that Fautanu's about to punch him. So he's going to kind of react to that. And with that, Fautanu's going to then wait a second and just kind of remake contact with the defensive lineman. That's going to allow him to win this snap. Great job utilizing the ghost technique, something you see on his tape. He does a ton of. Love that he's able to kind of mix this into his pass sets and into his game. Great job. Let's get into the next snap. You got another really nice rep here by Fautanu. Not only is he going to show the ghost move, but on this one here, he's also going to anchor down. Great job going up against the defensive end on this one. Really nice job to be able to win the rep. Just to kind of back this up here, great job getting out of his set. Sets vertically, gets the hands up there. Ghost move. The DN doesn't really fall for it on this one, but again, you see as he locks in with the defensive end, he starts to really try to push Fautanu back, and then you see him just kind of drop the anchor right there. It's a great job to be able to stop the power from the defensive end and win the rep. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. Watch the power and physicality on this one. Fautanu's going to do a great job as he's going to get into his set. As he's going to get into his set, number 1 drops off, and he just crushes the defensive lineman. This is one of the things I love with Washington's offensive line from this past season. They were nasty. They're physical. They're tough. There's a reason why they were ranked as the number 1 offensive line in the country. The guys up front did a phenomenal job this season. Physical, wanting to beat people up. I love watching the tape of these guys. Alrighty guys, just to wrap this video up, I want to just get into a couple of negative snaps. You're going to see plays like this with Fautanu's tape where, he has a backside block and you're going to see him ultimately get tossed into the ground. Now, to be fair, this Oregon defensive lineman is a really, really good football player. But if Fautanu's going to be a first-round pick, if he's going to protect the blind side of a quarterback, you got to be able to handle power. You got to be able to anchor down. And we're going to show you guys just a couple of snaps where he does struggle a little bit. Let's get right into it. All right, you guys, check this play out. You're going to get a pin-pull concept on this one. Fautanu has a very, very important job for this play to work. That is, he has to stop 55 and stop him in his tracks. And on this play here, you're going to once again see that he's going to lose this snap. 55 is going to just kind of throw him to the side. And 55 is going to make the play on this one. So Fautanu has to do a better job. He has to be able to hold these blocks. Again, as a left tackle or guard in the NFL, you have to be able to hold these blocks. And some people do think that because of the fact that he isn't long, he oversets himself a little bit. So he leans a little bit further because he doesn't maybe have the strength to be able to hold his own. And I do think with Fautanu, you do got to keep in mind, scheme's going to be a big part of it for him. We can see that the guy's a phenomenal reach blocker, but when it comes to power, he's not as strong, right? So that is something to kind of keep in mind. I think scheme's going to be a big part of it with this guy. You got another one here. Fautanu's going to end up losing to the defensive end. This is a screen. I'm sure he recognizes the ball is going to be out quickly, but you got to do a better job regardless. If the ball doesn't come out, you're going to give the sack up or your quarterback's going to take a pretty big hit. One of the ways you're going to see Fautanu lose is when he ends up leaning. When he's going to end up trying to lean into a guy. Maybe he's trying to stop the power or the bull rush or whatever it is. On this one here, he's going to end up just getting caught. Once again, got to do a better job. Ball does come out. It's not a big deal, but just wanted to point it out. Let's get into the next snap. Now, when it comes to his pass blocking, Fautanu's pretty good. For the most part, he's able to anchor well. He's able to use advanced moves and those type of things, snatching. And he's able to win a lot of his snaps. And some people will push back against that a little bit and say, yes, he does have advanced technique, but will he be able to consistently handle the length and the power at the next level? And I think that's going to be the one question marks. General managers, that's the one question mark. Scouts and owners and the people that are making the decisions are going to have to realize with Fautanu, do you think he'll be a left tackle? Or do you think he's going to have to transition to the guard position the way we saw Peter Skronsky do as he got with the Tennessee Titans? And that's definitely going to be the one decision that's going to be the difference with Fautanu, either playing guard or tackle at the next level. Because on one end, the guy has phenomenal technique. You see him so many times just win play in, play out using different technique. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something. If you did, consider subscribing. I think Fautanu is going to be a great football player at the next level. And we'll definitely be covering him as he gets into the NFL. Because something tells me the guy's going to be a really, really good football player. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time with another video.